Hi friends, welcome to another episode of Make It Wednesday. Now, if you haven't been here with me before, this is the series where I make dishes that you can easily decide to cook tonight for dinner, pick up the ingredients on the way home. So I'm going to choose today for us all to make tonight for dinner a chicken peanut noodle. This is like dry stir-fried spicy kind of noodle, lots of vegetables, so really comforting, really hearty, but very easy. I would love it if you would say hello to me down in the comments. So with this series as well, I'm going to be commenting as you guys are watching so I can see you guys. I'm going to chat to you down there. So let me know if you've cooked any of my recipes. Let me know any recipes you'd like me to cook. That would be great too. But I'm starting off here with dried udon. So this is a type of noodle that I love to keep in my pantry. Now, last episode in this series, if you want to, oh, my noodles are falling out. Last episode in this series, if you haven't watched it, I did another kind of dried noodle and chicken mince recipe, but it was a more of a soupy ramen kind of situation. So we're just vibing off that, but making it a little different this week. Now, this is dried udon. You can also use frozen udon, which I quite like to have in my freezer as well, but dried this week. Just pop this into my boiling water now, so that this cooks while I'm doing the rest of the stir fry. Another really good noodle, if you've got it in your fridge, is Hokkien noodles. Anything kind of like thick and chewy for this one, I think is a good type of noodle to use. Look, you could even use like a thick bucatini spaghetti or something like that. That would also be good, like an actual pasta. Sometimes I think you just gotta make do with what you've got in the pantry. Okay. For the spicy chicken stir fry part, I am going to start off by toasting off some Szechuan peppercorns. Now, my pantry probably looks a little different to yours. Szechuan peppercorns is a definite staple for me, but if you don't happen to have Szechuan peppercorns, you could just kind of like do some black peppercorns. You won't get the same kind of numbing, tingling sensation that Szechuan peppercorns give you, but you'll still get that nice peppery heat. So plenty of substitutions here. I think weeknight cooking is definitely about thinking about substitutions, what you've got in the pantry or the fridge. So don't take things too literally if you don't have to. So I'm just gonna wait till they just start smoking. In the meantime, let's get some of our aromatics ready. So ginger, some garlic as well. And I've also got some broccolini here. You could use any green vegetable you like, even bok choy, or if you've got Chinese gailan, that would be great. But you could use anything here, like snow peas, even capsicum if you want. I just like to make sure I'm always adding at least one vegetable into my dishes during the week. All right, I can smell these peppercorns. They're telling me they're ready. Going to grind these down. Now, the reason you toast spices, whole spices, particularly like Szechuan peppercorns, is that when you heat them, they release all their beautiful essential oils and fragrances. You actually get a much better flavor if you toast and grind fresh rather than having, say, a Szechuan pepper powder that's been sitting in your cupboard for a while. It's the same deal with black peppercorns. That's why you have them in a pepper mill, to grate them fresh. Now, you'll notice with my broccolini here that I'm thinning out the stems lengthways because I want that broccolini to cook really quickly in the wok when I'm stir frying it. Sometimes they're just a little chunky through the stems. So that'll give you a much more even cook, a quicker cook as well with the broccolini if you do that. Last little bit of chopping. I like to get all the chopping out of the way. At the beginning, I've got some green chili here. The chili is kind of optional here, the fresh chili. I am going to use some spicy dobenjiang paste, so up to you if you want to level up the chili even more. Okay, I've forgotten the coconut milk, which I'm gonna go get, but that reminds me of how this recipe all came together. And it was because I wanted to use like coconut milk and peanut butter because I love that peanutty flavor that that gives. But I also wanted to inject it with some extra kind of spice and savoriness, which is why I'm doing the dobenjiang and the soy sauce. We'll get together and put all of it together in a second, but let me get the coconut milk. Okay, coconut milk, got it. All right. Just want some oil in my wok. chicken mince going in. Now, of course, you could substitute any kind of mince or ground meat that you've got at home. Beef, pork, turkey, all be fine. If anyone has any questions, why don't you pop them in the comments below, because as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be watching as this episode goes to air so I can chat, answer any questions for you live. I think it's really a great way that I get to know what you guys like and what sort of questions you have so I can chat to you about them. The best way to tackle mince cooking at home is always to do it in a wide pan. So even if you're not doing it in a wok, try to do it in a really large wide pan, which allows a lot of that kind of evaporation to happen, which means you don't get so much kind of insipid juice sitting in your dish that, waters it down. Now, while I'm waiting for that to cook through, let's have a chat about dobenjangs. If you have been a long time watcher of my channel, you probably would have this in your pantry because I do use it a lot. It's a Szechuan fermented chili paste, and it adds a lot of like savory umami flavors plus a little bit of chili spice as well. Now, there are lots of substitutes for this. So if you don't have dobenjang, you could use Korean gochujang. It would change the flavor a little bit of this dish, but it would still taste delicious. And if you were making this for kids and you wanted an option that wasn't spicy, I would go ahead and leave the Szechuan peppercorns out and use like a hoisin sauce. So lots of options there, lots of substitutes. Again, I think using these recipes as a guide and cooking along with me is fun too. So, if you wanted to save this video, watch it while you're cooking, that's always fun too. But I just want to give you guys as much information as possible to make it as easy as possible. I'm going to add in my garlic and ginger. Okay, I'm going in with my dobenjang. Such a great color, I love it. My peanut butter. Oh, it smells like all peanutty now. Love that. And then I'm going to go in with my broccolini too. Now I'm going to sprinkle in my Szechuan peppercorns and add my coconut milk. I don't want this to be a super kind of wet and soupy situation, as I said at the beginning. I really want this, like all that chicken and the sauce to kind of cling to the noodles when I get them in there. So this is looking really good. I can't help myself. I just really want to try some. The peanut and the coconut smell is making me so hungry. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's like creamy but spicy, but peanutty, yum. Let's check these noodles. Oh wow, that's so good, that flavor. Just keeps going. Noodles are done. Let's get those straight into the sauce. Yum. See what I mean about that sauce just like sticking immediately to all of those noodles. Every strand is going to be coated in all of that lusciousness. Okay, so a nice wide bowl here. Get some of these noodles. This is a lovely, robust kind of noodle dish as well that'll do really well in your lunch the next day. Really good to reheat in the microwave, that sort of thing. And what I like to do as well, because it's the weeknight, I just want to get some more veg in during the week, is add some extra freshness here just with some carrot. My lovely prep chef Julie has very finely sliced these for me, but if I'm at home, I'm typically buying the pre-sliced carrot that's at the supermarket, which doesn't look quite as nice, but does the same job. So you could grate your carrot or buy it pre-sliced or do the fancy slicing, up to you. Cucumber here as well. Some optional fresh chili. And then, just because I'm me and my chili crisp oil goes on pretty much everything, I am gonna give this a little treatment with chili crisp oil. And there you go, friends. Really easy way to make something like pretty special, I think. I think the key to Wednesday night or weeknight cooking is just to kind of get inspired with different ingredients. None of this stuff is very hard, but maybe there's a few ingredients that you wouldn't have thought to use, like the Szechuan peppercorns or the dobenjang. So something like this, very easy to achieve, but let's just see how delicious it is. Oh my goodness. You would think that that combination with the coconut milk wouldn't work, but man, it works so well. It just adds this beautiful creamy sweetness to the whole dish, but everything still tastes fresh because you've got the broccolini and the cucumber. Wow. It's lunchtime in the studio here. I know exactly what I'm having for lunch. Anyway, before I get stuck into my noodles, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, why not subscribe? Click the little notification button so you always know when I'm releasing something delicious. See you.